So, have you ever had one of those days in your game where technology just doesn't want to cooperate with you? Yeah, that's kind of what happened last week or yesterday in our Walker of Waterdeep game. Sunday's game, the stream just died twice. Died about halfway in, and then it died about 3 hours in. Now, OBS never stopped recording. Seems like it picked up everything that we were doing, but for whatever reason, Twitch just bleh. So, for those of you that normally watch Walker of Waterdeep, my apologies. When I get the stream up, hopefully you won't actually miss any content from Sunday, but that's what happens. All right, hey everybody, welcome to Last Week from the Table for September 29th, 2020, and I am your host, DM Gallibond. This is a show where we talk about a summary of the different D&D games that I run every week. Let's get on with the show. All right, on Thursday nights, Sword Coast Chronicles. This is our love letter to the published 5e campaigns uh, from Wizards of the Coast. So right now, the party is 4th level, and they are in the storyline for Tyranny of Dragons. They left El Terrell on Thursday night. They traveled to Baldur's Gate, where they were made contact with somebody that Ontharr Froome knows, who is a merchant connected with the caravans that leave from the north of Baldur's Gate going up towards Waterdeep, because Order of the Gauntlet has intelligence that the Cult of the Dragon wants to move their goods north. And so when they got to Baldur's Gate, the players all had their kind of own things that they wanted to do. One of them, the rogue, decided he would go to the Thieves Guild and find out if there was anybody down by the South Gate that was kind of a shady, um, merchant of sort of uh, writing up your your lading list, so cargo that you might have. So if somebody wanted to come into the city, say, and have a fake manifest that looks all official, whatnot, and keeps the guards from asking any questions. Uh, and yes, through the Thieves Guild, he found one such person, was looking for a forger. Because his last forger had to flee the city after some rumors surfaced about that forger and the daughter of one of the guards. They're the captain of the guards. So, yeah, he had to leave the city for his own safety. And the thief character uh, aced his skill check using his forger's kit to make up documents that looked exactly like the hand of the scribe, that is probably has the most unimpeachable reputation in the entire city. So, exactly the kind of person that you would want to forge your documents if you did not want to draw attention to yourself. So, this he got there and he worked for a few days, and he was rewarded when actually Resmir, who is one of the leaders of the Cult of the Dragon, came to that very establishment to get papers forged. Now, of course, the thief had thought ahead, and he was in a disguise kit, and he did a very good job on his disguise roll, or his that's what is it? His bluff roll to pull off the disguise, and you know the Resmir had no clue. Passive perception had no clue that that was anybody that she had met before. So that was good. One of the other party members decided to go to work for Antharfrum's friend, who is engaged in a business of selling and repairing wagons, and then all of the gear that you need when you purchase wagons for a caravan trip. And he spent his days in the garage area doing repairs to wagons. So he learned all about the different parts of the wagons and how to repair them. He's an artificer by class, and so he is good. He's mechanically inclined, and now he knows enough to make repairs to wagons. And I kind of wonder now, the player didn't say anything about this, but DM kind of wonders if the player may be thinking, you know, if I can repair wagons, maybe I can sabotage wagons too. And if the player is thinking that, I 100% support that notion, because that's just the kind of shenanigans that D&D is all about. Seeing what they can do to screw up something. Of course, if he does, I will be waiting with a nice, friendly, random encounter to to just throw a nice little monkey wrench into the cogs. But that's fun. So come join us on Thursday nights. They will probably be leaving Baldur's Gate this coming week. There is a festival that's happening that's going to delay their departure. They know about that, and when the Cult of the Dragon arrived in Baldur's Gate, they learned that they arrived just at the wrong time, so that they were stuck in the city for a couple of days until the festival happens before they can leave. All right, now, next game that we run is actually a brand new game that just started with Session 0 this week. It's the Lost Mine of original D&D. Goes back to an idea I had a while back to run a campaign in the original basic D&D. So the set of rules that came out back in the 1970s. Well, I tried pulling together a group of players for that, but there was a lot of resistance to switching to the old rules, and had very few people that kind of stuck with it, and eventually it just didn't become a viable thing because we kept having to replace players, and the players that would come in, some of them would stay for a few sessions, and some of them just like, no, this rule set is not for me, and they were gone. So I decided, why not take a familiar story and recast it with all monsters and abilities and everything, and PCs, pre-generated PCs, out of original basic D&D. So that's what I did. I created a bunch of pre-generated characters. I repopulated all the monsters with their counterparts from original D&D, and we're going to see how that plays out. This will be, because it's just this Lost Mine story, this will be a few sessions. I don't know, maybe somewhere between 8 and 15 sessions, something like that, depending on how quickly or how slowly the party goes through and whether they want to do all the side quests or not. But we are going to play that Saturdays at 7 p.m. So session 0 was last week. Group showed up, picked out the character they wanted to play, got a little overview of the rules, got a little overview of sort of what I want to do with the house rules, and we are ready to start playing this coming Saturday. So come out and join us on Saturday night at 7 p.m. You can't go out to a bar, so you might as well grab yourself a bottle of rum and sit down and watch us play D&D. All right, and then Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Walker of Waterdeep. This is my Planeswalking campaign that the party is 8th level now, and they are in Ravnica, where they are meeting with their allies there. They finished up a couple of weeks ago. They finished up their journey into Innistrad. Came back to Ravnica. They all had some things that they wanted to do in Ravnica over the last session and a half or so. Most of that now has been done, and they had their briefing on the place they are going next, which they found out is Kamigawa. And all that their Ravnican allies know is that there's a group of people that they need to go see in Kamigawa who are going to be able to help further the overarching plot that has the heroes on this journey in the first place. Um, they do know in Ravnica that there's some sort of conflict between the material world and the spirit world, but they don't have a whole lot of details. And of course, so the party's going to have to go there and try to do business with this one group of people. And that conflict may or may not cause issues while they're there. So the kind of the time frame where I have set this in the lore of the plane is I have set this during Champions of Kamigawa, so that when the party goes there, all of those events will be unfolding, and the party can interact with that as much or as little as they care to, or as much or as little as they can get away with in order to get their job done. So sometimes they like getting sidetracked and pulled into the lore of a plane. Sometimes they're like, nope, nope, just have a job to do. Want to get here, want to get in, get out, do what I need to do. Don't care about these people. Don't care what happens to them. If I get out of this plane and never see it again, that'll be too soon. And that's kind of how they treated Waterdeep, or that's kind of how they treated Innistrad. They really didn't want to mess around there. So one of the things they discovered when they had their briefing on going to Kamigawa is there was a progress report from the Boros Legion on their diplomatic mission to Innistrad. So apparently, after debriefing the party and after learning that Innistrad has a bunch of vampires and werewolves and cultists and demons, the Boros Legion decided, right, we need to set up a diplomatic and go and help the good people of Innistrad. So that's a thing that's happening. And the party is going to find that in my games, every place they go, they will have a lasting impact on it, whether it's by their own hand or by what their well-meaning friends decide to do. So, yeah. Um, One of the things they did, they uncovered a bunch of medals that were very rare. And so, of course, the Izzet League now, they want to go to Ravnica, or they want to go to Innistrad, and they want to set up trade relations with Innistrad and send them a whole bunch of really cool mining technology so that they can mine and buy a lot of those really cool minerals and ores from the Innistrad people. So that game is on Sundays at 2 p.m. We may wind up playing the full session this week in Ravnica, or depending on how quickly the party gets things done, we may actually get to Kamigawa by the start of or by the end of the session. All right, well, that's going to do it for Walker or for last week from the table. My goodness. I have been DM Gallibond. Please, if you like everything that you see here on this channel, like the videos, share the videos, subscribe to the channel, click that post notification bell so that you will find out every time new content drops on the channel. And remember, when you are playing D&D, try to make your games memorable so that you will have stories from your table that you can share as well. Good night, everybody.